Hello, this is my video about the Comet hurricane lamp. I've watched a bunch of videos and I've learned some things. So, let's just start here with the basics. I'm going to turn the light on so we can see what's going on. Okay, here's the basics. Down here, everybody knows this is the reservoir for your fuel. Here's the cap. Everybody knows this shit. Okay. So you're up and down. Okay, now, apparently, you're supposed to put it up and stick a match under there. Mine doesn't have a hole, so really doesn't work for me, and I don't have any wooden matches. So put it down. Now turn off the light so we can see the fire. Okay, here is your wick adjustment. You all know that. And for me, I just like to have the smallest flame for the amount of light I want. Okay. Now this is a rusty old thing. Rusty old lamp I found in my grandpa's barn 40 years ago, lying on the ground. Yes, it's rusty, but it's not bad. And 40 years ago I put oil on it and all that. It's a Comet lamp. Comet. And it's just tall. Oh, let's turn it up a bit. Okay, so you take this off, blah, blah, blah. Put in some lamp oil. I use paraffin base because it's kind of the cleanest burning. I tried olive oil and it was the very, very clean actually. Like no residue, no scent. But it my wick didn't behave properly. It was burning my wick, basically using my wick. Okay, so let's just review the basics. Okay, you know, here's the reservoir. Take this off, you put some fuel in there. Here's your wick adjustment. Here's your up and down. Now I'm not sure, and I don't know if this is gonna turn the light off. I don't know if this is gonna make my fuel it's gonna give more air, but I don't know if I want to burn it like that. And normally you see everybody just put it down to burn properly. Okay, so you got your fuel, right? Now as far as I've learned, you got your fuel, got your burner. Here, this air intake, this is to bring air up and help cool the glass. And these, okay, we're talking about airflow and shit. These holes bring cool air down to help cool the glass. Your oxygen intake for the burner is actually, okay, you're burning your fire, and your fire is going up out the exhaust. This is a separate, okay, see your chimney? This is your chimney. This is a separate tube. This is an outer tube. Here is an outer thing, and that is also sucking in cold air. And that cold air is dropping and going inside the burner and up to the burner shroud, whatever you call it, and that is fueling the fire. Okay? So there's a lot of stuff going on. Basically, you have your repeat. Your bottom, see those holes there? That is sucking up cold air to go up here and help cool your glass. These holes are also sucking in cold air, which is going down because it's cold, and that is helping cool your glass. Your actual oxygen intake is coming from this part, which is not the chimney, it is separate. Cold air, fresh oxygen, fresh oxygen is coming up this part, which is outside the chimney. So fresh air is coming down inside to your burner, your burner thing, whatever it's called, and that is fueling your flame. Your hot exhaust, your burnt fuel, your burnt air is going straight up and out the top. So basically that's your air circulation. With your wick, I mean, you can crank it up. I can crank it up crazy. See, look, that's fucking crazy, right? What you want is you want to turn it down as low as you can for the amount of heat and light that you want. Okay. Now, one thing you want to do, if you want to turn it off, you don't have to blow it out. Just crank your wick down and let it go out. Okay, so it's out. Now, okay, if you want to handle your lantern, you can hold it like this. This is going to be hot. This is hot. This is hot. The glass is hot. The bottom is fine. Okay. So, if you want to handle your lantern, here you got your handle. But this is how to handle your lantern. Okay? So it's off. It's off now. Here's other parts. Now you can see there's oil and shit all around. It's very rusty, but I've rubbed it off. I found this in my grandpa's barn 40 years ago, lying on the ground. It was rusty. It's a Comet lantern. Whatever, it's like 9 inches high. This is how you handle your lantern. You can pick it up. you can put it down. It's full of fuel. You can see there's oil. That's fuel. That's whatever all over the place. When I found this 40 years ago, I soaked it with not WD-40, 3-in-1 oil, right? And I brushed it off with a rag and stuff. Okay, so this is how you handle your lantern. It's still warm, but it's not hot. You can pick it up. Don't tip it. Mine is full of fuel. This fuel. Okay. I tried olive oil and stuff, and it burned. Actually, olive oil burned the cleanest, but it didn't burn very well. But it was very, very clean. Okay, so this is what you do. You put your freaking handle up. Okay. Pick it up. Put your handle up. And this is what you do. You see? Okay. I have to put my phone down to get the shot, but you pick this up. I'm going to tilt the globe, the glass. See if I can. Okay. So I put this up, and this is very ergodynamic. See? Pull that up, and you tilt your glass. Okay? Is that clear? So now my globe, my glass, is out. Okay? Now you can see I got oil leaking all over the place. I dry that out with a rag. You know, give it a rub, blah, 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 but there's no danger. Okay, let's look in here. Let's just see what the fuck's going on in here. Okay, whatever. There's oil in there. It's fairly full, actually. Here is the wick. Okay. Now, I can't find my wicks. Anyway, I had to go to the store, right? And buy wicks. But the wicks were, whatever, they were too wide. So I cut a wick in half. And then it was correct. So I cut the wick. Okay. Now, what happens is after a few hours, or 3 or 4 hours, your wick is going to burn. So, I cut my wick and try to make it as horizontally straight as you can. Okay? Because that will give you the flattest, widest fire. Okay? And make sure it's long enough it's going into your fuel and stuff. Okay? All right. Now, that's ready to go. I mean, just put the cap on. Now around here, it's hard to see, but there is markings. It's Comet, Dietz, lantern. Okay, this part, this is your burner and your wick. Get rid of this debris. Okay. Okay. Made in U.S. of America. Dietz Comet burner. Okay, so that's the shroud, I call it. There's your burner. There's your wick. Oh my gosh, my wick is really short. Okay, but we'll pull that out and let's have a look. See in here. Fuck. Okay. See this empty area? This is an air intake. This all has to do with combustion. When you have your burner and your shroud, your fire is going up. Your fire is going up here with the globe, okay? And your fire is exhausting up here, up the chimney, and is coming out here. Okay? Straightforward. These holes, your fire, okay, is going up there. But these holes are sucking in fresh air, which is circulating downwards because it's colder and heavier or whatever, and is helping to cool off your globe. These holes are sucking in, not sucking, but helping to burn the fuel. Wait. They're helping to burn the wick, and they are guided there's the shroud, so there's your vents and stuff, right? Okay, and you see this area. What is happening is your hot exhaust is going up there, but this part is separate, it's outside. Okay, this part is outside of your hot exhaust. This part is sucking in fresh air, which is actually going down and into this circular area and then up. So this is fresh air. This is fresh oxygen sucking down because of the air current, and is going then upwards through these holes up to your wick, which is, okay, you see, those holes are sucking up air. Which is guided by the shroud or whatever it's called, right? Okay, let me get this. But I think you understand. You see, this part sucks the fresh air, which goes down around this area, see, goes in there and then comes up there directly to your wick, which is guided, which is guided, that fresh air is guided towards the wick by your shroud. Okay? Now you can see there's a lot of oil and stuff all over my thing, and that's fine. It's only helping the metal survive. Okay. So that is basically the airflow of the device. Let me see. You burn your... Okay. Let's light our thing and see what happens. And then we can explain it. It's going to get hot, so I have to do it quickly. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just blow it up. When you put your wick, it's always good to cut it. And you want to cut it as straight as possible, because then you'll have the widest flame. It'll be a good shape. Okay? And it's good to cut your wicks, and there you go, right? Okay. So, it's going to burn. It's going to go up the chimney. The inside chimney. It's going to go out. This part is going to suck cold air downwards for the glass. These holes are going to suck air towards the lower part of the glass. Okay? So let's do it again. So you can see my flame is fairly straight. Now I want to pull that down as low as I can, because we can always put it up later. And you can see there's oil and stuff all over the place. That's fine. Okay. Now, let me put the globe on. So, put the lid up. Okay, like I said, this is the way. So I pull it up. Okay. See, up and down. I want to put it down so I have more room. want to do this before it gets too hot. Put it on. Make sure the glass is seated properly, top and bottom. Okay? So it's seated properly. And now I can adjust my flame. Now that's too high. It's going to smoke. I want to get it as low as possible, but as bright as I want it. And that's it, man. Like shit. Now I want to explain again what's going on here. The fire is burning. It's going up the chimney and out there. Just gets hot. Just gets really hot. Okay? This is the outer chimney. This is the inner chimney. This is the outer. The outer part is sucking fresh air, which somehow is going down into that empty chamber and then going directly into the shroud around the wick. So that is this fresh air, which is coming in not in those holes, but up here. It's coming down here, going into this chamber, directly into the shroud and fueling the wick. These holes are sucking in fresh air, which is going down and helping to cool the glass. These holes in the bottom, they're also sucking in fresh air, which is helping to cool the glass. And both of these ones and these ones, are also giving fresh air to the wick, to the fire. And that's it, man. You can turn it up. You can turn it down. Like I said. See how that's a nice. It's hard to see. I'll turn it off. Well, it's hard to see, but okay. Anyway, see that fire, right? It's nice flat. That's because the wick is flat. Now I can crank it up a little bit. And I only want to crank it up enough to give me enough fire and enough light and enough heat for what I need. Now this, I don't really understand this concept, okay? If I put this up, okay? If I put it up, it's going to get more oxygen. Now, I think that's so I can stick a match up there, but I can't. Like, I've tried to light it that way, but I can't. But it does change the airflow. So if anyone has any answers, but generally you put it down and you just adjust your thing and let it burn. Now, one thing is, what can I expect out of this? I'm using this paraffin lamp oil, and it burns pretty clean. I put it by the window. I can burn this inside, and I can burn it for 4 hours or whatever. After a while, the wick tends to burn. My wick burns away. So I can expect 4 hours out of this, and then it'll just burn itself out. But even if I use it in a ventilated tent, it'll give some heat, and it's an awesome piece. Anyway, that's about all I know about these lamps, and they're cool. So good luck. All right, bye bye.